Hello and welcome to Acapella Adventures. 8 minutes of solo actual play testing using the 3D10 system for Meroch, a past the post-apocalypse with fantasy tropes for the Module Ormegarten, episode 029. Our characters are Igor Steinmann, Mac Wolfsbane, and Wyesley. If you haven't heard about them before, we need to go back and listen to a couple of previous episodes. And their buddy Meroch, the sword adventurer named Steven. Accidentally trapped by Mac, they're heading down to sell some found materials and figure out what is going on, what's changed in this world. And given the choice between exploring a dangerous dungeon and going back to town and figuring what things are going on and how things have changed and if their friends are even alive and they can find them or not, they decided to go back to town. They battled a few random monsters, encountered signs of civilization, found a buddy by the name of Fox The Halfling Ranger, warding the bridge between ranging around the area. Found a treasure with him that was hidden in his own house by a previous madman adventurer, or not adventurer, madman owner of the area. And now they're trying to pass through parts of the cultivated land. They're sort of outer farms, very pastoral, nestled in the rough landscape. Keep in mind it's like a English medieval village thrown into the Colorado Rocky Mountains. Because that's where I was living during most of this adventuring time, so I use the local resources. This is a part of the land supposed to support the keep they want to have on their good side. They have made a choice to go around the bounds, even seems like no one knows or bother adding, but at the cost of spending less time with the person they wanted to. If they want to get to the keep and have the end for the night. They made a choice to go around the bounds and was hearing someone chopping wood. And then they saw a large tree fall over the wrong way, heard somebody screaming and actually recognized the voice. So they go in and find a man they've known only as really an ex-woodsman. He was endangered by the tree. They managed to have Igor lift and bend the branch off of him enough to where he wasn't pinned anymore, while at the same time, Wyesley and Mac pulled them out, and they have now broken the rules of the town, but to help a local, and now things need to progress from here. Now we're caught up. Here's what's going on. Mac gets curious, and he's going to see if there's spirits around. Yes, there is, but it's fleeing. Okay. Mac gets some information, thinks that there's a bad spirit who's been trying to behave poorly. So, he's not sure what's going on with that, but he's aware of that. So while Wyesley and Igor help him, they're trying to take him out of the bounds, that way they aren't trespassing on more of the property, but the woodsman points to a small, very leafy, greeny sort of thing that's closer to where they want to go anyways. So they'll cut across a couple of fields, which isn't a great solution, but the woodsman assures them they'll be fine. And they are taken actually to exactly where they want to go by the woodsman, bringing his injured leg along. Oh, I should have made a first aid roll. You know what? Who has a good first aid? Is it Mac or better first aid 2, brains 3. I forget what it is. We'll say it's the brains. First aid. And yeah, he manages to set the guy's leg and get him to where he'll be just fine, even though he took a lot of damage and almost passed out. He actually manages to stop the bleeding, which is very important, especially in Ormegarten and the Chrome 3D10 system as it's set up currently. Alright, so they take him and find out that they are in front of what looks like a tiny healer's hut. He's obviously panting, sweating, still in a great deal of pain. They don't have much right now to heal him with at this point. They've done what little they can with a first aid kit. It's not going to be permanent. It's not going to be good help at this point. So, they manage to get him there and knock on the door, and it's opened by the Medusa. She looks at them all and goes, "What happened here? What happened to you?" She asks the woodsman. He tells her that there was something rotten in the tree. He didn't, his wood skill didn't show it until he'd already started chopping the tree, and then it fell on top of him because the weakness was pointed towards him for some weird reason. And Mac and Wyesley said, we heard the chopping, heard the tree fall over, heard him screaming, so we decided to go help. And brought him here because he told us to. It's all his fault. Blame him. No, not quite. And she looks at everybody. I think it's time for reaction charge. She's part polite society. It's a D10. So, this reaction chart suggests that she tests the player and the resolve with wisdom mistaken versus the intimidation roll. I don't have stats for her, so it's going to be straight up 3d10. She's going to put on the angry act, the angry healer act. There we go. So, we'll find out more next time when they start talking as she heals up the woodsman. Next time on Acapella Adventures.